your national commander, Dan Contreras.
I know. Come on, let's get fired up! Wow! You know, I picked that walk-on song, and I wanted to walk up on that song, right? Thank you, Coleman, and good morning, and welcome to Las Vegas. It's such an incredible place. It's incredible, the sights, the sounds, so many sounds, right? So many slot machines, too. And if you know me, that makes me happy. Matter of fact, Barry, if I'm missing and needed on stage, just send somebody to the Buffalo Grand Slots, because I'm going to be chasing the triple multiplier. How many of you play the Buffalo one? Yeah. But what makes Las Vegas truly incredible to me isn't the spectacle going around. It's you. It's you. It's all of you. This is more than a convention. It's our family reunion. And to spend this time with all of you, well, that beats a jackpot any day. And it's the perfect end to a year where you so graciously entrusted me to be your voice. And serving as your national commander has taken me to the tops of mountains and into the heart of our nation's capital. You've invited me into your departments and chapters and into your communities to see the work that you do for veterans. And I was impressed before, but seeing it firsthand, I'm in awe. And one example of many I could give, I was just in Helena, Montana, and the community there loves DAV. They had over 140 local sponsors for their department's golf fundraiser. 140. And you don't get that much support by being anonymous. You get it by being present, by being influential, by owning your footprint. To all of you, the commitment I've seen you give to our fellow veterans, their families, and caregivers in so many ways reinforces why no organization serves veterans better than DAV. And this year, you shared your victories and your personal triumphs. People like my friend Devorah Exline, a Navy veteran I spent time with at the National Disabled Veterans Winter Sports Clinic. She is one of the most positive, fiercely determined people you'll ever have the pleasure to meet. For years, she had to use a sit ski to participate at the clinic because of her injuries. And this year, she vowed to ski standing again. Overcoming self-doubt, injuries, medical setbacks, she did it. She stood and skied into the waving arms of her coach.
A little more! Oh, that was great. I
Tears
love
of
it.
joy on her face.
That was perfect.
And she shares the resilience I saw in every veteran at that clinic. And like them all, Devorah's story didn't end at the bottom of that hill. It continues. She decided to become a certified adaptive sports coach to help other ill and injured veterans find their own victories. Is there a more perfect reflection of what we represent as DAV? I've gotten so many opportunities to witness your victories this past year and to celebrate them with you. Man, that's a great feeling for me because hope is infectious and laughter. Yes, laughter, it brings us together. And I laughed all over the place, and especially in Rhode Island, from trying things like scrod and fluff, or even trying my first Buc-ee's beaver nuggets in Georgia. Delicious, aren't they? Go Georgia. and Texas. I know I've seen them all over the place now. But also singing karaoke. New York, Nevada, Wisconsin, Minnesota. In fact, what state haven't I sang karaoke in? But honestly, you know, I'll turn any party into a karaoke party. Hit it. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. But there's the theme convention costumes too. Like the time I showed up in the Department of Mississippi's convention in a ghillie suit. Where's Carol Davis? Hey, you still owe me that push-up contest, Carol Davis, wherever you are. But through all that fun, I've learned a lot. And first, I really want you to hear this. The strongest DAV departments and chapters, the ones that are really thriving, are the ones that are super connected with their auxiliary departments and units. They're the ones that operate as an integrated team. And as welcome as I've been with DAV, I've been so welcomed by the auxiliaries hospitality everywhere I've been, and grateful to engage with so many of their members. They are doing such a great job of bringing the spouses and the children of veterans in, giving them a deeper understanding of the work DAV does, and giving them the opportunity to serve and make a difference too. I also have learned a lot from what I like to call power mingling and being the last guy in the room. These conversations were some of the most powerful ones I had all year because you elected me to be your voice. And for me to do that, I had to listen first. You shared your burdens. And off stage, away from any microphones, lights, cameras, so many of you have opened up about your own struggles, your setbacks, your frustrations. And from the bottom of my heart, I tell you, it was an honor and a privilege to hear what you had to say, because you trusted me to take those stories and use them to influence our advocacy work. And there are brushstrokes in every conversations I had with each of you and every word I've spoken on behalf of this organization. Because the government of we the people needs to hear the unvarnished truth from those who sacrifice to protect it, the good and the bad. And we put that truth out this past year when we released a report called Ending the Wait for Toxic Exposed Veterans. And partnering with the Military Officers Association of America, we laid out a blueprint for the government to dramatically reform how it handles service-related toxic exposures. Our veterans deserve timely, equitable access to life-saving care and benefits, and no one should have to wait decades to get it. This report revealed that the average time a toxic exposed veteran has to wait to receive their full range of health care and benefits is just over 34 years. 34 years from formal recognition by the government that exposure occurred and made our veterans sick, to suffer that long from a life-threatening disease or illness because of being exposed during service is unacceptable, and I know you agree with me on that. But listen, your stories are at the heart of that report, and change will come, so please keep telling your story and continue that fight. The other battle we fought this past year was with Mother Nature. Across the country, we saw a lot of natural disasters, including catastrophic floods in the South and fires in my home state of California. And even before the flames were doused and the floodwaters receded, I witnessed our National Service officers and chapter members rush to support our fellow veterans. They brought supplies and donations and financial assistance and help to those in need. Your compassion for others is unparalleled. Never lose that. Also, never forget your battle buddy. Stay united. A couple of months ago, I was invited by the Robert Irvine Foundation to join 65 other disabled veterans going to Scotland to take part in the Cateran Yomp. An incredible test of endurance and grit. Our group, along with 1,000 other veterans from around the world, trekked 24 grueling miles up and down the rugged terrain of the Scottish Highlands. It was cold, it was raining, it even hailed at one point. It was one of the most difficult physical things many of us had ever done. Little secret, the most I'd ever hiked was 7 miles on a golf course. But you know what? Yes, it was one of the most difficult challenges, but also one of the most rewarding. Because what we all quickly discovered is that the Yomp isn't designed to be completed alone. It demanded that we encourage each other. It demanded that we helped each other. It demanded unity by a bond, a common goal. And it was the perfect reflection of the ethos of DAV. Even in the face of trial and adversity, our spirit remains unbreakable, and we remain united. Each year, the person elected to this post is invited to testify in front of a joint session of the House and Senate Veterans Affairs Committee. We're offered the opportunity to lay out our legislative priorities, the things that matter most to you before the lawmakers of the nation. The conversations, the debate, the resolutions, the stories, everything that happens at your chapter, department, and convention meetings. That's what forms what is said into those few but critical minutes. And here's something that you may not have known about that time. I barely slept the night before, in bed by 8:30, up at 11, then again at 1, and again and again. In those quiet moments, my mind kept racing. It's not like I wasn't prepared, quite the opposite. Because thanks to Barry, Cody, Randy, and our team in Washington and at the national headquarters who helped me with that, I walked into that room confident the message we wanted to deliver was going to be heard loud and clear. I was awake because of the energy of our purpose, our mission. That's what kept me up. I see that same energy in so many of you. You will not fall asleep while you hold the watch. And as long as you have breath in your lungs, you will hold accountable those whose duty is to honor the sacred promise of our nation. The promise that was made to its defenders. It's never about any individual. And at that midwinter conference, you proved it. You were in lockstep as you met with lawmakers and shared our priorities. You ensured that there was no misunderstanding of what we are fighting for. You made me so proud to be a DAV member that day. And it was the honor of a lifetime to be there with you. This year wasn't without its challenges. There's always speed bumps that arise every election cycle. But it was also challenging personally. And many of you know that my wife, Teresa, is battling stage 4 cancer. And I've served by her side as she's endured surgeries, chemotherapy, radiation, infusions, and a medical trial. As you can imagine, it hasn't been easy for her, but I've never been more prouder of someone in my life. Teresa. Teresa, the grace and courage and determination you've shown through all you've endured, and even when no one is watching, has been inspiring to me. And with your blessing, it's been inspiration to others too. You and I had many conversations about the running for national commander. We knew what it would entail if I was elected, the frequent travel, the long hours, the responsibility. And you encouraged me anyway, knowing that sharing our experience might help others. Because we are not alone. So many of you in this room have faced a similar diagnosis or have a loved one who has. And there are others here who are caregivers or rely on one every day. And I've spoken to so many of you this past year. I've listened as you've opened up about the challenges and the misconceptions people have about your role as a caregiver. I've also heard about the lighthearted moments as well, because there are a lot of those too. You've taught me a lot in these conversations, and I've allowed it to shape my thoughts. And I hope our family story has helped you as well. And please know that you are not alone, you are not invisible. I see you, we see you, and DAV is here to walk alongside of you. I'm so proud of how DAV Caregivers has been a place people turn to for that help and is a community that continues to grow. I was able to participate in caregiver events through our adaptive sports program, and hearing from these unsung heroes and seeing the impact of our efforts to support them as a part of my term and DAV history, I will treasure forever. DAV is invested in this for the long term. It was a great honor to have been your national commander when DAV caregiver support was elevated to the program level at our national headquarters. It shows that the special focus DAV is directing towards this important new services initiative. It's a huge win for the veterans we serve and a major victory to the thousands who deserve and need this transformative support. To every caregiver in this room, thank you for your service. You are not alone. And please, if there's only one thing you do this entire convention, sign up for DAV Caregiver Support. I promise it will make a big difference in your life. And as I close, I just want to say how inspiring this past year has been. It's been incredible to be around this organization such a long time as a member, a service officer, and a department leader. I don't belong to any other organizations except for DAV. Never have and probably never will. Getting to see it from the perspective as National Commander reinforces that feeling entirely. It's been clear to me that we are in a position to serve more veterans, more families, more caregivers, and more survivors than ever before. We have a lot of work ahead of us, but I'm confident as we elect our next leaders this week, we will remain focused, driven, and most importantly, successful in taking care of ill and injured veterans, their families, caregivers, and survivors. And lastly, I'd like to acknowledge some very important people in my life who have helped me along this journey. And once again, first and foremost, my wife, Teresa. Teresa, you have been my steady light, graceful in your struggle, unwavering in your love, and even when facing your own pain, you lifted me, you believed in me, and made space for my dreams. Your courage inspired me, and your love given so freely will forever live in my heart. I'm endlessly thankful for your strength, your laughter, and the quiet way you've always stood by me. Thank you, baby. To my son, Robert, who couldn't be here, grandchildren, busy stuff, you know, but he was with me last year. I look forward to catching as many championship Dodgers, #1 team right now in the West, better than the Red Sox. But anyway, guess what? I'm going to have a lot more time to do that. He has blessed us with 4 beautiful grandchildren, and he's an awesome father. I think that's his greatest gift, and so I'm so proud of him. My 3 brothers, Reuben, Andrew, and David, thank you for your service And if you were all here, I'm also apologizing for teasing them so bad last year. Thank you to them and my sisters, Betty and Irma, for their guidance and support. To my Chief of Staff, Enrique Ramos. Thank you for your incredible support. And you know what? I must admit, in the toughest moments, it's good to have a Marine by your side. Thank you to everyone at the Department of California. You continue to serve our state, our chapters, and members so well. Thank you for everything you do. To our National Line officers, Coleman, John, Cynthia, Jim, and Glenn. Always remember, in DAV, we make a life by staying in the room, by holding space for stories that break your heart, by standing in the gap when someone's world's falling apart. You are the boots on the ground. You are the hands that heal, the heart that reminds someone that that still matters. Thank you for the year of great support. I know you will all do great things. To my good friend, our National Adjutant Barry Jesnowski, I cannot express how much your leadership, mentorship, and friendship has meant to me over the years. Thank you so much, Barry. To National Headquarters Executive Director Cody Van Boxel and your team in Erlanger, as well as Washington Headquarters Executive Director Randy Reese and your team in DC. A lot of time in Washington. You all were so gracious with your time, support, and counsel during my tenure. From the preparation to execution to every detail in between, there's no better team of people helping veterans every day. Every day. To you, thank you, our members, for all the work that you do in your own communities, because that's where the work gets done. You're here for a purpose. We are a family, but I know that you have some cousins that you haven't met yet. So honestly, when I say I'm a voice for you, if I can, and I will stop and talk to you. And the last man in the room thing, I'll try, but honestly, take advantage of this time. Let's get fired up. This is DAV, and we're gonna have a good convention, aren't we? Thank you. God bless you, the DAV, and the United States of America. Thank you.